Welcome to Oklahoma High School Girls Between the Lines / Keep It 100. Oklahoma High School Sports. We're doing a little special both tonight. A little bit both. But I'm with my man, Coach V, on a Sunday night. What's up, Coach V?
What's going on, Tony?
Man, I gave him a little bit of both because, Oklahoma City, special guest tonight, Mr. Shane Sanders, going to have on. We'll talk about what's he doing, big things he's doing over at the Oklahoma City schools. But Coach V, what's going on, man? Sunday, you had a weekend off, man. The weather was nice. I know you got moved in that house. Seemed like you're trying to get everything together. What's going on?
Not much. Just enjoying the weather because I know it's going to get cold.
Coach, I'm kind of ready for the cold a little bit, just, I feel like I just caught a little head cold. I'm starting to hear little people get the sniffles and all that. That's what happens when that weather starts changing back and forth. It's not good for us, especially going into the season. I know, you want, we'll open up in about 2 weeks and you don't want nobody sick. So you want everybody to be healthy, ready to go. I know finishing up these next few weeks, next 2 weeks of scrimmaging, then December 2nd seems like everybody and their grandma's playing. So all the high school gyms be full, shot clocks be going off, and all the good things. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I got a couple of scrimmages this week. I think Carl Albert opened up with there goes my helmet. It ain't keep it 100. So Oklahoma High School Girls Between the Lines. But I think Carl Albert got Mustang and Kingfisher on Tuesday. Two teams I know a little bit about had Kingfisher at the show over at Dick's House of Sports. And then we'll go up to Shawnee up there at Fire Lake Land and catch up with Whitney and her team, a good salty team that I think is going to make some noise in the 5A. So what about you, Coach? What do you got left?
We got McLeod scrimmage on the 24th. So nothing this week. I planned it that way so we can have a good week of practice and get focused and get ready to go and clean up our messes and get better. And, and I know teams are playing. I know you talk about UConn has a festival next week. And then, we're going to talk to Coach Sanders, but I know the preview's coming up. And when I was in school, the preview was it. I mean, you might as well shut down the city because the preview was the show. I mean, and then we're talking about packed houses. And I think that excitement's getting back in the program. So I know the preview's coming up, and that was a big deal when I was in high school.
Well, Coach, it is. Sanders is a guy I got to know. I played high school ball with his brother, Maurice, back in the early 90s when the Bombers was kicking butt and taking names, and everybody was a Bomber. Talking about, where my Bombers at? Yeah, where my Bombers at? Who? But right now, everybody's saying, my Bombers at home, my Bombers at home, and hopefully we can get them back from being at home. But a great guy. Got a chance to coach both my boys, man. He's done a lot for the Mid-Dell. Now he's taking his talents into the Oklahoma City schools, and Oklahoma City schools are lucky to have this young man because not only is he dedicated, very smart, intelligent young man, but he loves kids. I mean, he loves the kids like they're all his. And one thing about Shane, you're going to get 100% from him, whatever he goes and work at. But Oklahoma City's just, they got a good guy from the Mid-Dell to come over to the Oklahoma City schools. And I'm telling you right now, the things he's going to do at Oklahoma City schools, he's going to change it around. Not saying it was in bad shape, but he's going to whip it up in good shape, just because what he's done with the Mid-Dell. And I know Mr. Brown's, I think Mr. Brown's over there with him too. I don't know what part his job title is, but I let him talk about that. But just a great guy, man. He loves his Bombers. I mean, even though he's over at Oklahoma City School, he still loves his Bombers. He's coached at Carl Albert. I think he's done a little bit at all of the schools. I think he might have been over at Kerr too. I'm not sure. I'll let him talk about that. But I tell you though, he's going to have some fun. We're going to talk about his Texan team that ain't very good because there's only one team in Dallas, and that's them Cowboys. You probably about no Houston.
Oh, come on. They're going to go 6-1. You're going to get all hyped up again. Ooh, it's our year. And you know what's going to happen.
One thing that me and Shane can agree on, Coach, is them Boomer Sooners. How about that win against Alabama, baby? Everybody talking noise. I love it. But let's bring him on so we can get him fired up because I know he wants to take Sooner when I say Boomer. Let's bring him on. Where is he at? Mr. Sanders, what's up, baby? When I say Boomer, you say Sooner. Boomer!
Sooner!
Boomer!
Sooner!
That's what I'm talking about.
Never so happy the power out in Norman.
Welcome to the show, Shane Sanders. What we do over here between the lines, Oklahoma City, all the way from OKC. We got Mr. Shane Sanders, athletic director. What's up, baby? Glad you could join the show. What's going on?
Gentlemen, how are you doing, man? Thank you for having me. Thank you for
Man,
having me.
you know, it's Sunday night. We trying to get some energy because I was about to fall asleep, but man, you gotta be going. You start talking
That's
about
because the
Cowboys.
Cowboys, man. Them Cowboys, see?
I don't know about all that. You're gonna go to sleep with the cowboy mess all over the place. So I'm gonna let you have that though, Tony. I'm gonna let you have that.
That's all good. That's good. I'm glad you can join me and Coach Vito, man. Something we've been doing for a few years. You know, I've had to keep it 100 for a while.
Yes,
Then me
sir.
and V was talking and kept talking and talking. Said, man, you know what? We need to do something for these girls here in Oklahoma. You know, they don't get the love that a lot of the boys get. And we started this girls show probably about a year ago, and it's done really well. You know, we both kind of tackle keep it 100. He got a couple deals he has. You know, some but his his writing and stuff like that. But I've been blessed to be able to work with this young man and kind of show me the ropes of girls basketball. I know a little bit about the football, but like I said, you know, we've been thinking, man, we've seen all the good things that you've done with Oklahoma City schools. We're like, man, we need to bring this man on, let him talk about what's he doing with OKC schools, man. He's baptizing over there and get them going. So Shane, man, Coach, you got anything to say before we let him dive in?
You know, we
Absolutely.
talked oh, go ahead. We talked earlier, and, you know, I told him, I said, you know, I see life. I mean, nothing against previous, but, you know, I'm an alumni, so I follow what's going on. And it kind of died off from the 80s and early 90s, and it kind of died off. And so we talked about it. I said, man, you're bringing life into the athletic program. I mean, at one time,
Yes, sir.
I wasn't sure they wanted to have them anymore. I mean, you know, it's kind of like, and these were the tools that when I was in school at Oklahoma, there were ways out. I mean, for some, it's the only way out. And we kind of let that slip a little bit. And now Mr. Sanders taking it in and getting that going again. So I just like to say thank you for what you're doing for the kids at Oklahoma City Public Schools.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, thank you for saying that, gentlemen. Like seriously, Coach Vick, I got to tell you, like we have a tremendous opportunity to be able to showcase these young scholar athletes, man, and that's our goal. You know, we want to be able to provide a lot of experiences that are great for our young people on the field of competition, and so that's our focus. You know, athletic participation is a goal for us, obviously, in Oklahoma City Public Schools in all sports. But we just want our young scholars to be exposed to great experiences so they can get the confidence to move to the next level, whatever that next level may be, right? It may not be the athletic field of competition. It may be just the next step to what they're doing after they graduate high school, right? So that's our point. That's our goal. That's our goal.
Well,
no,
I know
Shane, go ahead, Coach.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Coach.
No, well, you know, first part of that is make kids proud of their facilities again. And you guys have done that with the things that you've done in new facilities. I know Capitol Hill is getting a new brand new gym, and we all like the Dome. I mean, the Dome has a lot of history, but it was time for a change. And so the football field, you know, I played at Taft when I wasn't sure if it was still going to stand, you know, when I walked in the building. You know? I mean, it's better days were race car days back in the 50s, you know. I mean, you know, so I mean, you're doing that with the facilities, and that takes pride in having some of the best facilities. Are you the largest or second largest?
It depends on what year it is, right? Right now, we're the second largest. 2 months ago, we were the largest school district in the state, right? And so it just kind of goes back and forth between a school district that we appreciate and admire a lot with Tulsa Public Schools. And it starts from the top, though, Coach Vick. Like what we have invested in 13 years ago with our partnerships with Fields and Futures and working through this whole process of us identifying healthy, safe playing environments for our young scholars, so they can feel like that they're protected, right? A safe practice field, a safe playing surface allows us to be able to create a little bit of cadence and then confidence for them to continue to be great, right? And so it was a 13-year partnership that we continue to have with Fields and Futures. We're super excited about that, and we're not done. We're not done, gentlemen, at all.
Nice.
So Shane, you know, you talk about Fields and Futures. I mean, will you kind of explain that to me? Because I mean, Vic might know because he's in the school. You know, he deals with schools with hair, and you know, you've been athletic director. What does that stand for? I mean, so because I don't know, so and I'm pretty sure there's a couple listeners out there don't know neither.
Absolutely. So, and thank you for asking that, Tony. Fields and Future is a nonprofit organization that really developed a partnership with Oklahoma City Public Schools to allow us to raise awareness about athletic opportunities. And through their partnership and our branding, we were able to reach oh my gosh, our range is 33,000 individuals in Oklahoma City Public Schools. And so through their partnership, we were able to be able to identify strategic partners outside of Oklahoma City's public schools that allow us to be able to identify safe fields, safe practice facilities, safe opportunities with coaches, and being able to provide professional development for coaches. All of that opportunity was just that connection with Fields and Futures that allow us to be connected with individuals outside of the school district. Great nonprofit organization that's done a great job with connecting the Oklahoma City Public Schools with opportunities, people, individuals to be able to help us guide like our next steps in regards to not just the fields, but also just coaching and leadership development, and then also just being able to provide opportunities for our young scholars outside of the field of competition. Great partnership with that individual.
No, that's good. That's big time. You're seeing all these high schools getting these makeovers on the Middale, got new fields, new score clocks, and even in the basketball gyms, they got new score clocks. And so it's good what they're doing with this bond money, but I know Oklahoma City Schools is kind of behind the forecast, and you coming from the Middale, you kind of know what it takes. And, one thing I want to talk about is like, Douglas football. Douglas football was a program that won state championship year in, year out when Willis Alexander was over there. I know my man Turner's over there, and then they're trying to get some things going. And he had a big win this year against Millwood, but still came up short making the playoffs. What is it going to take to get, the Oklahoma City School football programs back to where they used to be back in the day? I know they all fall off. You got the transfer portal, you got kids coming, because it seems like the basketball program still is there. So are kids just kind of walking away from football in Oklahoma City Schools, and they just want to play basketball? Because, you do got, Alexander over there coaching Douglas. And so Southeast, a lot of these teams have been really good. The girls basketball pretty much just kind of got Douglas. I don't know about any other girls team that's in Oklahoma City School that's going to kind of stand out. I know Douglas got a good chance. He went to the state championship last year. Got a really good chance. I did get educated a little bit today, man. Coach Vick told me don't say Millwood. I didn't know. I thought Millwood was part of Oklahoma City School. He did not. Tony, don't bring up no Millwood. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm getting educated. Hey, I'm a man with the word, the truth. I keep it 100. If I don't know, I'm going to ask. But he told me, Millwood's. I didn't know Millwood was public. I always knew Millwood was kind of its own university, so I didn't know. But I got educated today, though.
Well, you're showing your age, because back in the day, Millwood was part of Oklahoma City Public Schools in regards to athletic competition. So I'm giving you a hard time, but yeah, they're their own separate entity. Yes, sir.
But what's it going to take for the Oklahoma City football teams to get back to what it was like Douglas? I know right. Turner's trying to do a good job. Come from the Middale area. I know he's trying to bring it back.
Yes, sir. Coach Turner, he's Cart Labert alum. Shout out to him. He's done a tremendous job with consistency, and that's what it's going to take. When I used to always tell individuals, it's like Novocaine. Give it time, and it's going to do well, right? It's going to do its job, and that's what Coach Turner is doing right now. He's got a seasoned staff. He's played a lot of young cats on the football field, and we just got to give him time to just mature. That whole program mature, and that's for all of our football teams during this time frame. Man, we just have to do a better job of just continuing to be consistent at what we do and eliminate the turnover, with adults, and then actually focus on sharpening our craft as coaches. Right, that's what's going to take us to the next level, and that's what we're going to focus on in the next 3 years. That's one of our big rocks in regards to Oklahoma City Public Schools athletics.
No, that's good. That's good stuff.
I see you do things, on social media that you do with your coaching staff, as far as a building, know the guy from the other school district. I mean, it's kind of like you get together, all the places get together at one place. You do some, I won't say training, but some education, some mentoring type things. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, thank you, Coach Vick, for that. We just to back us up just a little bit in regards to what we are about in Oklahoma City Public Schools athletics. So we have 3 big rocks that we focus on, and that's participation rates, that's in vertical alignment approach, so improving that, and then also that is coaching and leadership development. And so what you're speaking to, Coach Vick, is at least once a month minimum, our athletic directors come together and we focus on professional development. We grow as leaders. We focus on different issues that we are having in regards to what we are facing in Oklahoma City Public Schools athletics, and we just grow. Coaching and leadership development is a big pillar of ours, and we will continue to maintain that throughout, as long as I'm going to be the athletic director in Oklahoma City Public Schools. That's a big focus, is to grow our own, right? And that's
right
with the ADs, but also with the coaches. So it's turn and burn. ADs learn, coaches learn from the ADs. The coaches are teaching their assistants, and it just matriculates all the way down to the student athlete, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, since, go ahead, Coach.
Go ahead.
No, so Shane, since you did come from the Middale area and you coached here in the Middale, and Andy Collier is the athletic director for all three Middales, you kind of piggyback off him, and ask some questions. Because like I said, I know you're a very intelligent man, and I mean, and you've done you've done AD stuff when you was here in middle school stuff and in high school. But do you ever call him or any of your counterparts from Tulsa or anything like that? Or because I know what you've done so far with Oklahoma City School, you can see the difference making. Like you said, he talks about Capitol Hill getting a new lift over, and what you're doing with these Oklahoma City schools, man. It's going to make these kids want to stay, because what's happening is that all these good teams are from outside Oklahoma City's coming, pulling these great athletes and bringing them over here and saying, we got a pair of gloves, we got a pair of shoes, instead of keeping these kids at home and they can play at home and what where they grew up in their backyard. Because I tell people all the time, sometimes you can leave and it don't always work out. I'll be the first to say that. You get over there, then they told some other kids to come on too. Then you get there, you got three guys just like you that's coming to play for the one position. So I know you guys are trying to keep the kids here, but as you as an AD now, do you kind of pick back off some of the other ADs?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir. We have a cohort, Brian Henson, in regards to he's an AD at UConn Public Schools. Andy Collier, obviously we connect quite a bit. He took snaps. He took snaps from me back in the day. So I gotta give him.
Hey, you better cut that out. You better cut that out, because Chris Cropper gonna be jealous, man.
I know. I already know. I was waiting on that. I'm a little mad that I didn't get added to that Oklahoman article, but that's all right. I was a
Oh yeah, hey, how you feel? Hey, Aaron Good was kind of upset too. He kind of bitter about it.
I bet he was, but you know what? We're a big family, man, and so and Andy's been great. And when I was a head principal at Midwest City Middle School 3 or 4 years ago, Andy and I worked together like really closely in regards to creating a vertical alignment approach to from middle school to high school, and we developed a lot of stuff along the way. We had there was a lot of programs that we put together, just Andy and I was a head principal and him being the district athletic director. But yes, sir, and we continue to connect with each other. We're in a text group with all of the ADs around the metro area, but I specifically connect a lot with Andy Collier in regards to what we need to do to get better in this area. When I say this area, I'm sitting in Midwest City right now. I'm in the backyard. You can look at the high school right behind me, but I'm talking about also just the metro area in advance, right? Like, what do we need to do for our next steps?
Well, you talk about leadership and control from the top. Explain how Dr. Polk's role has been as superintendent. I mean, I hear nothing but praises about her and the love she has for the kids of Oklahoma City Public Schools.
I don't have enough time to explain to you how great Dr. Polk is in regards to her leadership, her vision, and what our next steps are going to be and continue to be in Oklahoma City Public Schools. I really don't. I tell you, she is a champion of students, champion of families, and then her number one goal is to make sure that we are taking care of the whole child. You'll hear a lot of my language when I communicate. It comes from her. It starts from the top, right? And so when we talk about serving kids and being a servant leader, that's communication that she speaks to. Athletic participation. Now, Dr. Polk, she's an athletic individual. She's athletic minded. She played basketball in Iowa. She's from Iowa. So she understands the value of what athletics provides for young scholars. And so, and specifically in Oklahoma City, 1% increase for every 1% of participation with athletics or student athletes participate in athletics. That's a $7 million advancement to the economy. I'm gonna let that rest there, right? That's research, right? And so what's important? Invest in kids, allow them to participate in athletics, expose them to experiences, expose them to opportunities, and let them find their connection. So that way we're not spending double the amount of money to our economy later.
Exactly.
Right? That's her message. That is her message.
I've heard nothing but, like I said, you're exactly right. I've heard nothing but praises about her. And then I've seen her on TV and things. You can just tell that she is a leader. And
yes, sir.
Just her talking to you, I mean, she gets you fired up when she talks. I mean, she does.
Yes, sir.
You got to listen to her sometime, Tony. She might want you to transfer. I mean, you know, it's just that way. I mean,
I'm out of eligibility. She don't want to play. I can't play no more. I can't play no more. Shane, how many schools are you over since you are? I mean, you are the Oklahoma City athletic director. How many schools are you over? I mean, is it middle school, high school? Is it all above, or what? Elementary too, or what is it?
Well, not to throw it out there like that, but my title is executive director over executive director over athletics and PE instruction. So what that means is that all over athletics for the 33,000 kids that we serve, but also PE instruction. And so we're talking about pre-K through 12 at that point. So we're talking about it's the whole gambit. You know, and I wouldn't want it any other way, right? Because my passion, my vision is instruction. Athletics is the hook, right? And Tony, I coached your kids and taught them as well, and that was always my focus, right? Is in improving instruction, improving the learning opportunities for young scholar athletes, and I'm excited about it. That's what it is. We're talking about 33,000 kids. 7,000 scholar athletes, hoping to increase that, from year to year. That's our focus. That's our mode. That's our mindset, right?
Yeah, that's big time. That's big time.
But
Shane, what's your next step? Like I said, I know you got these new little projects going up, and building new stadiums, and all the little different things you got going. What's the next big thing that you can expect from Oklahoma City schools expect from?
Yes, sir. Thank you for asking. Well, our next step is just to improve athletic participation, number one, right? And tightening up our systems to allow that opportunity to happen for our young scholars. But also, we're always looking for ways to make sure that we maintain these facilities that we built. These are amazing facilities. And so that takes some partnerships with external individuals that we might want to invest in kids. And so we want to make sure that we provide the opportunity to sit down with those individuals and talk about why it's important to invest in kids. And so our next steps is just to make sure that we expose Oklahoma City Public Schools athletics to the masses, right? Show them the great things that we're doing. Last year we had 24 scholar athletes that signed scholarship opportunities to go and participate in athletics in the collegiate level. Excuse me, not last year, I apologize, year before. 23, 24, 24, 25, we're talking about 29. So we're continuing to progress in regards to that. And we want to showcase that. I don't know how many people know that, right? So our job right now, our plan is to basically expand our brand. That's one of our biggest goals, is to make sure everybody understands what Oklahoma City Public Schools athletics and Oklahoma City Public Schools proper is about.
Well, I brought it up earlier, coming up in basketball. When I was in school, the previews was like the show. I mean, that's where you went and saw the best players. And I know it's kind of changed a little bit with some others, but is that coming up pretty soon? Or is that happening?
So we just actually our previews for the boys, it just finished Thursday and Friday. And so Douglas won the All-City Previews Championship. And participate. But I got to tell you, we have a lot of up and coming basketball programs on the boys side and the girls side. I tell you right now, outside of Douglas boys and girls basketball, we also our boys basketball team for U.S. Grant is on the rise.
Is it really?
They're gonna make some noise. I'm just gonna let you know, with Xavier Henry at the helm. They're gonna make some noise, Coach. I promise you that. But also the boys class in SAS at Northeast, a different look. Some names you might not be familiar with, but Coach Cudjoe does what he does best, and he develops players. And so they're going to make some noise in 5A.
Is he not at John Marshall no more?
So, there's a lot of Cudjos, right?
Okay, yeah.
That's Patrick. Patrick's at John Marshall.
Right. So Patrick Cudjoe is at John Marshall.
Okay.
and then obviously Lance Cudjoe is no longer at Star Spencer, but then his brother, Mr. Cudjoe, is at Class SAS at Northeast. And so he's been there for, I want to say 6 years.
Yeah.
6 years.
Okay.
He's been there for 6
years.
I
mean, and Southeast always bring a good basketball team too. So
yes, sir. Absolutely. And I'm going to forget a program and a team because I'm really proud of our basketball programs, boys and girls. They do a great job. They do a great job, and they're consistent. They got a lot of consistency along what they're trying to deliver out there in regards to the best practices. I love the coaching staffs across the board. I'm excited about the basketball season all the way around, boys and girls, man. Boys and girls.
Well, Shane, I know you're in the thick of things, getting into, Thanksgiving break and going into Christmas football season is winding down. I know Northwest Classic got a chance to make it to the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. I think it's what's been, 1960, is it 68?
68, yes, sir.
I think this year of Coach Vick was born, so there you go, Coach.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you because I know to be brought up. I had a chance. We were at Mustang, and I missed the extra point, and we went to the playoffs back in some year.
Who kicked it? You did?
Did you kick it?
Yeah, I missed it.
Oh no!
I know.
That's what you get, Vic. You missed it.
I didn't want to be brought up. I owned up to it, but it was 7-6.
Did you have a wooden shoe on or what?
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, we were done for the season last game. I think we're gonna play Mustang that tough, and it was right there. Lesson learned that I tell my kids every day.
Man,
you don't ever give up. Don't ever know what you got to show up. But I will own up to it though.
Get out the game, Vic. Yep. You should have never told us that story.
I was the Ray Finkel of that.
Oh no,
Mustang crowd was doing this to you.
Yeah. But I want to talk about it. I didn't.
And you hooked it right, Vic. You hooked it right.
Hooked it right. That's right.
I'm glad you lifted that up, though, Coach. It takes a strong man to be able to say, own up and say, I did that. I take ownership. I put
say he missed the kick.
I missed it. I could have said.
You kind of like old boy from Charlie Brown.
Hey, it was all about the laces, man. It was all about the laces.
All about the laces,
Tony.
Yeah, good answer, Vic. Good answer. We're gonna boo you off the stage. Boo. Boo! Everybody in Northwest Classic is upset at you right about that. They're gonna avoid. They're not even gonna watch the show no more, Coach.
Hey,
you just let us down, man. I gotta give you another whistle.
You can't be sitting with your bombers like this, with all your rings on and your whatever. Would you go like one loss in like 3 years or something?
Hey man, that's back. That's the old Bombers. We can't talk about. Man, Coach Vick, hold on, man. I'm gonna go old school on you real quick.
Uh-oh.
You got a high school uniform still? What you got, Tony?
He's gonna bring out a leather helmet or something like that.
What you got?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. We coming back, Coach Washington. We coming back.
Yeah, they are.
Where my Bombers at?
That's right.
We coming back, Coach. We coming back. Don't count the Bombers out. We might not have made it this year, but we'll be back next year.
I agree.
Ready to go.
Yes, sir. No, you're right. Coach Washington's going to do a great job. He has already. He's setting some standards there. Continue to set some standards there that Coach Hall did. Just give him time, man. He's doing a great job.
Well, it's so funny, Shane, because you coached, all over Mid-Dale, and it's funny because, my son coaches over there at Midwest City, and he was talking the other night, and I got a couple of kids that I trained from over there, Anderson and Elijah, and, a couple of those kids I coached in Little League, and so my son was like, "Man, you really know if all of our kids went to Midwest City, they'd be great again." I said, "You're right," because we both know, when we played at Midwest City was a powerhouse. Your brother was there, with Mike and. With Kel, and so we know that tradition. Zoe don't really know. Deshaun and Gabe know a little bit because I had the little Bombers,
right.
the time has changed so much. Carl Albert is what Midwest City used to be. I was looking at Carl Albert's coaching staff. A lot of those guys have been coaching 20 years on that staff.
Yes, sir.
And, and it's hard to keep. I mean, Robert Jones and, in Washington, it's hard to keep guys for 5 years on the staff, So they got a lot of work to do, a lot of catch up. I mean, Carl Albert, I was talking to Mike today. Man, they're going to have like 18, 19 starters coming back next year. And this team's going to make another run for a gold ball number 20 this year. So, great job to those guys. Kudos. But, it's tough when you got everybody that moves in to tinker, that's military or any government job that come in, they're going to go to Carl Albert because they're on top. You know how it is. That's how Memphis City used to be.
That's right.
But, like I said, I know with Oklahoma City, you're trying to do the same thing with them, bring that tradition that you had over here with the Mid-Dell, the Bombers and all that to Oklahoma Cities. And I think you can do that. Like I said, having turnover there, man, getting that big win this year against Millwood. I mean, him holding that trophy.
Right.
And,
yeah.
I mean, it's just good to see those kind of things, man. It's all about keeping that staff together and keeping your kids at home. So I think that's cool. But like I was asking to ask you, though, I mean, since football's winding down and all that, I know you had posted something a couple weeks ago about job being opening. This is a great opportunity to kind of tell people because when they watch the show, I know you had posted some jobs that's coming open. Do you have anything that's going to be coming open here in the future, next couple of weeks, months, anything like that you could give a shout out to the show?
Well, I'll tell you right now, we're finishing fall sports. So
yes, sir.
we're doing some evaluations right now. And to be honest with you, we'll move through that process. But I will share with you at Capitol High School, we have a softball position open. Right now we have assistant coaching positions, even in basketball right now in a lot of our schools. So if you guys are just individuals that want to go and pour and invest in kids, I'd like to have a conversation with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's not the faint of heart. I'm gonna tell you that because we Oklahoma City Public Schools, I myself, we have high expectations in regards to what we put out there. And what I mean by what we put out there, I'm talking about adults, role models, individuals that are going to pour into kids, right?
Gonna bring them up.
Bring them up, yes, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, Tony, you did the same thing. Vic, both you guys. I've seen it. I've seen it through the years, right? It takes a village to raise individuals, and we need more role models to be able to be in front of our kids because that's
you're
what
right,
we
Coach.
can control, right?
I mean, at the end of the day, these guys, these men that become coaches, man, they become big brothers, role models, father figures to some of these kids, man. They need somebody to look up to. They might not have a father figure at home, man. I mean, I was a kid that didn't have a dad. I haven't ever told my story, but my dad never watched me play high school ball, and I was pretty decent back in my day. Never watched me play college ball.
Yeah, you go.
Raised my two brothers, Jonah and Jerry. I was kind of their dad and their big brother. So, Coach Love did a deal the other day with my son, and just to hear my son say, "Hey, I was tough on him, but I respect that." And sometimes you look back as a father, like, "Man, I was tough. I was, what." But I did it for a reason, same reason I'm tough on Zoe and all my other kids. But at the end of the day, they're going to respect and they're going to do the same thing to their kid. And so I think that's why all three of us on this screen is so successful because we are tough, but we also love the kid, though. At the end of the day, there's nothing I wouldn't do for any kid. They needed $1, $10, $5. If I had it, I'm going to give it to them. And the same thing you two would do too. I mean, that's why you get into coaching. You guys can get into coaching and, in administration because there's a ton of money you got in because you love the kids. And I tell people all the time, I think the teachers and coaches should get paid a little bit more because you guys are one that sets them up for success when they go to the college or they go to the NBA or the NFL or whatever sport they decide to. That comes from you guys getting them ready for the game. I tell people all the time, middle school get you ready for high school get you ready for college. College gets you ready for the pros. So it's all a dynamic. I mean, it all works together. So you coaches like you and Vic, I don't coach no more. I kind of train and help out. But it comes from you guys loving these kids because you know what? There's so many kids out there that's in this world that's lost and people don't know it. And sometimes it takes somebody like you guys to grab them and hold them and tell them, hey, man, you are wanted. You are special. We get caught in winning all the time. But at the end of the day, man, win, lose, or draw, this kid needs somebody that love him and take care of him. So I appreciate you for doing that because,
thank you.
You guys are big time, I mean, y'all in the school system every day. I'm not, but I know that it means a lot to talk to these kids. I mean, it's like Elijah, I had to talk to him this afternoon. Like, man, he was kind of down on himself a little bit. He didn't get 200. I said, son, it doesn't matter. You won the ball game. You're one of the best backs in the state, son. Just let everything play out. God has a plan.
Yeah.
He gonna let you get that plan.
I love
Coach
that,
V,
man.
anything else, man? I know Sanders probably, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if his team even played. Your team played today?
Yeah, we played. We won. Yeah.
Who'd y'all beat?
The Titans.
The Jets?
Tennessee.
Jets.
The Tennessee Titans.
Number one draft pick.
Yeah, that's all you got.
Man.
My thing is you talk about keeping kids out. Now, how do you get in a system? I know the environment. Some of them have to work to pay for what they want.
Yes, sir.
How are you keeping kids out? How do you encourage them to go through the process? That the bigger picture is your education going to be paid for, the values that you learn playing athletics, everything. I mean, we talk about us and the coaches we've had, and when you have an adversity, it was no big deal. I mean, it was like, okay, just go with it. That's what it is.
Right.
And I think kids have kind of lost that a little bit, and that's maybe because they're not playing athletics or in activities, just activities that hold them accountable.
That's a great point. You're exactly right.
How are you getting them kids? How are we gonna get them kids to come back and stay out through that process? How you kind of tackling that?
Good. That's a great question. And I'm the furthest away from a scholar athlete, right? As an executive director of athletics, I'm not on the day-to-day part with them. And so my job or our role in our department is to be able to create systems to be able to have those opportunities for those young scholar athletes. And so what we want to be able to do is develop a cadence for kids. Expectations continues with the cadence, right? And again, I talked about this earlier before. After we develop a cadence, they build confidence.
Yes, sir.
And that confidence allows them to try something new. That confidence allows them to continue to work a little bit harder, because even though it might be tough, right? And that consistency breeds stability. And so when we get to that point, coaches, that's when we have those opportunities where kids are connected. And when they stay connected, we know that research talks about them being involved in something, some extracurricular activity, a club. And you know what? Let's be honest with you guys. If kids are connected with something good or bad, that's what they'll attach on to.
Yes.
And so what we have to do is make sure that they're exposed to, or they get to have opportunities to be in front of a lot of positive things, a lot of positive experiences. And so when they're connected to some athletic activity or extracurricular activity, then they're going to want, I mean, the research talks about their attendance. Their attendance improves. Research talks about their grades improve. Research talks about their ability to problem solve and do all of those things. There's research out there that approves and supports all of that. So invest in kids and allow them to be able to have opportunities to be involved in something. And that's going to help your economy. It doesn't matter who you are. If you are a business person or you are an individual that just wants to love on your kid, right? Invest in them and allow these opportunities for them. And that's going to make this world, make Oklahoma City proper, or make Oklahoma a better place.
Isn't it nice? The investment, the investment reward is 10 years down the road when they come back and they find you, and then they tell you what impact you had. I mean, it as a coach, they just can't see it. Yeah. Man, I tell you what, sometimes that breaks you down when a kid comes back 5-10 years later. Yeah. And you're like, Coach, everything you taught me is what I deal in life with now. Everything.
That's it.
And it wasn't about athletics. I thought it was. I thought you were disciplining me for athletics, but you were disciplining for life. Late to practice, late to work. They collate.
That's right. You're right.
And so I think as coaches, I think that's where we get that investment reward back, is 5 to 10 years later when they're a grown adult and they come back and they can tell you that the success they've had was based on the structure that you gave them. And it might have been tough love at times.
That's right.
But they can handle things, though.
That's it. That's the truth.
That's
the truth right there.
Well said.
Well, guys, I appreciate it, man. Coach Sanders, you coming on, man. I know there's something with me and Vic to talk about. And it's funny because, a lot of people want to come on the show, but me and Vic was talking about who can we have. And, I thought this was a great opportunity. Football's winding down. And what you're doing with Oklahoma City schools, man, is just amazing. So we're like, man, what we talked about, we always try to talk about who we're going to bring on, but we both agreed. I think you'd be something special to come on. I mean, because everybody don't talk about Oklahoma City schools. We talk about Middale, we talk about UConn and Mustang and Edmond schools, but Oklahoma City don't get the love, and they should get the same love that that everybody else get. And what you're doing over there is big time. Now, what is Jason? What is Mr. Brown? What is his job for Oklahoma City schools?
So Mr. Brown has transitioned on. He's the superintendent of Harding.
Okay.
Yes, sir. He's transitioned to a superintendent's appointment at Harding.
Okay.
So he has a transition on, but we still connect. He's a mentor of mine.
Yes, sir.
Along with other individuals, Dr. Broyles and Dr. Cobb and Middale, and
yes,
I can list a litany of a bunch of names, right? That's allowed me to be able to grow and be the leader that I'm trying to be right now. So, but I'll make sure that I tell him hello for you.
Yes, tell him I said hello. But Shane, like we bring everybody else on the show, you got to do it too. We need you to do one thing.
Okay.
All you got to say is like and subscribe and give 2 thumbs up, because we need people to like and subscribe to this channel, this show. And we're kind of doing both. We're kind of keeping 100 tonight, and we're kind of Oklahoma High School goes between the lines because we love you.
Okay.
We let you be on both shows. That's how much we love you.
That's right.
Yeah. But here we go. Wait a second. I got to say it first. We need you to like and subscribe. One more time. Like and subscribe.
Right there.
And that's it. We love it, Shane. We love you coming on, man. Tell your wife, thank you for letting us have some of your time. I know you're going to be down in Norman next weekend cheering for them Sooners. 2 games away from making it to the dance. Joe McCoy, Oklahoma City graduate, said, you people, when we got beat by Texas, everybody was saying, oh, we done. But now everybody walking back in the house. Hey, Vick gives me a hard time about the Sooners, but you know what, man? I'm happy for him, man. Best defensive player didn't play yesterday and still found a way to get the game. That's what it's all about. Offense still kind of shaky. We got to find a running game. They might need to go get one of them guys from Oklahoma City, coach. You better go get one of them Oklahoma City running backs because my man X-Rob, he's got beat up right now. So we get a running game going. We're gonna be dangerous in the playoffs, though. But their defense win championship. We both know that. Sir. But Coach V, anything else before we let him go?
Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for coming on, Shane. We appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you.
You guys do a great job. So keep up the great work. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. We love to hear that. Thank you. You have a great evening, okay?
All right. Y'all too now.
Bye now.
Thanks. Bye.
But folks, that's Shane Sanders, the man, the myth, whatever he is in Oklahoma City, but he's getting the job done, and that's what we like to hear, though. Oklahoma City schools are trying to turn around. We're talking about all the other districts. We talk about Mustang, and we talk about UConn, and we talk about the Middales, and we talk about the Edmond schools. But Oklahoma City coach is a graduate from Oklahoma City School, Northwest class, and and Shane's trying to turn around, and somebody that can do it is him because he's done it in the Middale. He wears his rings, even though they from 1954. He still wears them. I know he loves them, so he keeps them signed. He's gonna get me for that one, but he still wears them suckers like he won it yesterday. I ain't mad at him, folks. I ain't mad. But that's my man, though, man. He still got that bomber magic in him. But if anybody can get it turned around, it's him, though, man. Coach V, I'm telling you, Oklahoma City got to still get this guy. I'm telling you, he is just, man, just the joy he loves, man. I don't think I ever seen him upset. I mean, I ran into him, and we're in the old. I'm at Ole Miss, sitting in the stands watching football with him. I was hoping to catch him at the South Carolina game, but he didn't go. But you're talking about him and his woman. They travel to the games, and that's what it's all about, though. Spend a good time. But you talking about somebody that can turn Oklahoma City around is him, because just as a love, his brother, they both. I mean, if you met Maurice, man, they both got smiles on their face, man, just joy guys, man, and always want to hug you. And I mean, that's just what it's about. And those kids gravitate to them because they're lovers, man. And when you got somebody that loves you and holds you, you're gonna do it. You're gonna run through the wall, man. I mean, we both played for Coach Huggins, and that's how I feel about Coach Huggins. You guys talk about you two coaching, man. I love Coach Huggins, man. I ain't talked to Huggins in years, man, but I still love him. I know he does a brotherhood over at the golf course on Wednesdays, and I need to catch up with him over there. But that's what Shane is, man. Both my boys have played for him, and they love him. And he's just a guy that you're never gonna forget away from. Like Coach V, you touched a lot of kids, man. So, like I said, I meant that when I said earlier, man. Y'all are the way for the high school kids and middle school kids. Y'all y'all lead the pack. So, congratulations, both of you, what y'all both do.
Well, I'm glad to see, like I said, life back into it, an investment back into the kids, investment back to athletics and activities overall. Remake facelifts everywhere on all the schools is great. And there is a rebirth of coming back to the city. People are coming from the suburbs back to the city, buying older houses, redoing them. They got families, and they need good quality education and facilities and athletics to play in. And Oklahoma City schools can provide that for them. And just in a short amount of time that I've been keeping track of what Coach Sanders has been doing with that Oklahoma City Public Schools, I just tell you, I'm amazed because I know where it was years ago. Nothing against anybody, but facilities were down. I mean, I've coached against them in softball, Oklahoma City Public Schools, and the infield was basically a fence with some benches on it. It wasn't a softball field. I mean, and there was rocks in the infield, and there was no love for the facilities by the coaches or anything. And so just seeing that gets me excited, that the facilities are going to be great. They're going to be top notch. So there's no need for you to go anywhere else, move back in the city, redo that house because everything costs us so much anywhere else. And you're going to get good education and you have great facilities. And he's investing in his coaches that he's going to have good coaches as well.
No, you're exactly right there. Somebody that's been there and they've seen what it's been like in Middale. And even in Middale, they had to get a makeover, and they're now starting to get caught up where Tulsa schools are at. And, each district is just different. You look at Mustang, UConn, they got probably some of the best facilities. Even Harry, your gym, it probably needs to be upgraded a little bit. I know they got the football field, but they need to upgrade that gym a little bit, man. I tell you all the time, they don't have an elevator, it's hard for somebody with, bad knees like myself. But, if you got somebody that's, kind of special and they can't get up, they might need something like that. But he's going to do a great job over there, man. I'm looking forward to it. The investment that he's going to put in for the next, 5 to 10, 15 years, how long he's there. But I tell you right now, you're going to see a big change, big makeover. And he's going to get good coaches to leave these other schools and come over to be part of Oklahoma City Schools because, Oklahoma City Schools are just like any other school. They just need great coaching. There's great athletes over there, but they're not being coached up. So once he get his coaches in the four format and get them over to these schools and, like I said, the teaching and the different programs he's putting together, I think OKC is going to be kind of dangerous with what they do. But, Coach, we got to go.
One more thing, man. One more thing before I leave. As an alumni of Oklahoma City Public Schools, alumni, reach out to your schools, give back some love. They've instilled in you. You moved on. You're out of suburbs, out of state, whatever. But still, Oklahoma City Public Schools has strong alumni all the way through athletics and in the business world. And so make sure that you come back to where you came from. And I think that's going to happen you talk about other school districts. I think their alumni are coming back and they're reinvesting back in that. So do that at Oklahoma City Public Schools, please.
No, that's big time. You always get back, man. I put my bomber hat back on tonight. I felt bad. I felt back. I felt good. But hey, I can't wear it no more. But Coach, that ain't it.
What are
you teasing you? I'm teasing you. But folks, you know what time it is. When we put on that music, we get the bobbing that head and weaving. But we had OKC on tonight. You got to join us live on OK Between the Lines and Keep It 100. We're doing it both. We're giving him that much love. He got to be on both shows tonight. But Coach V, I appreciate you, setting this up, man, because being an alumni from Northwest Classic, even though you missed that field goal, you non-kicking sucker. Yep, got to give you that.
Laces, man, laces. I'm telling you, the laces got
Coach. You just had a bad foot that night. But hey, like I said, man, it's always good to have somebody, come on from, granted, I know it's a girl show, it's Keep It 100, but you guys get to know what's going on at OKC. Put our money back into these schools. Don't let our kids get away. Let them stay at home. Because like I said, Coach is right. There's a bunch of great athletes that came out of Oklahoma City Schools. Michael McDaniels, Geraldine. There's a lot of great guys, man. I'm telling you right now, we can go down a list, and talk about all the great players that come out, and they might have started, and Robert Jones was a U.S. Grant guy. He came over, they just challenged to Carl Albert. So Oklahoma City School has a bunch of great athletes. They might end up leaving, but if you can keep them at home, it's going to help that program build itself too. But Coach, anything else when we get out of here?
Nah, great night. Enjoyed it.
All right, man. We'll catch you next time on OK Between the Lines and / Keep It 100. Oklahoma High School Sports. See ya.
We'd like to thank the following sponsors: Above the Line Hoops, Prep Girl Hoops, Keep It 100, and for the latest in high school girls basketball action, check out the podcast on YouTube at Oklahoma High School Girls Basketball Between the Lines.